As busy as we think we are, Brad Cox, I think you sent out maybe 29, something like that, workers this morning. Have you caught your breath yet?
Yes, just that was a busy morning. We kind of backed up from yesterday, and we had a lot scheduled yesterday and this morning, but we opted to just hold off yesterday and everything this morning. But we had a fantastic morning work-wise.
For sure. And one of the superstars is, of course, Monomoy girl. What did you think of her workout today?
Real pleased. I didn't really expect them to break off quite as far, or to be that far behind Dazzling Jim early, but it worked out well. She ranged up to him at the quarter pole, and they set. Just wanted to stay head and head, and wasn't looking for a whole lot this morning. I think the official clocking was 48-2, and she galloped out well. So, our last two works have been really strong, and we're looking for just somewhat of a maintenance work today, and we got it. So I was real pleased with it.
Now, what were you thinking when that workmate was really kind of getting the gap even bigger and bigger and bigger? I mean, it looked like Dazzling Gem was having a hard time maintaining her pace.
Yeah, he was. The rider on Dazzling Gem, he's a fantastic rider. We use him a lot, several different scenarios. But the horse was just a little fresh this morning, but it worked out well. Like I said, I didn't really want her to set off him quite that far. For Florent, maybe I would like to have seen her maybe set just a little bit quieter the first eighth, but he had to kind of use her a little bit to catch up, but it worked out well. Overall, it was a very solid race.
The most important work was last weekend, and she did that absolutely wonderfully. Brad, you called an audible and kind of pushed all of the workers back to today. How different, in your opinion, is the track today versus yesterday?
It's a lot. The track's fantastic. Golden Mischief was our first worker of the morning at 5:15, and she breezed phenomenal. Just skipped over top of it, and they have it listed as fast. So it's much better today than it was yesterday. Yeah, I mean, look, the track wasn't bad yesterday. I mean, it was just wet. It was sealed. I mean, I thought the horses galloped over it great. It's just just kind of feel a little better when you're breezing on a track like this as opposed to yesterday as far as the next morning and how they're going to look. So, I'm glad we called the audible and pushed things back to today.
Talk a little bit more about Golden Mischief's work. It was early this morning, I think, of around 5:15. How was the track at that time? Did you think it was a little bit tighter?
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, we worked a lot of horses today, and I thought first thing this morning was really tight. Horses were just skipping over it. I think we sent out like 12 workers the first half hour the track was open, and I mean they were just rolling over it, skipping over it, doing it the right way though, and galloping out well. So I thought the track was super tight. After the break, not quite as tight. When Monomoy breezed, I thought we had some really good horses breeze after the first break, and they breezed extremely well, but just the times wasn't as quick. The horses weren't just same effort, but just not going quite as quick. So, but overall, the track's fantastic, I think, today.
In terms of the Breeders' Cup Distaff with Monomoy Girl, Brad, what do you think is really the biggest thing that Monomoy Girl is going to have to tackle or to overcome? Is it her running style? Is it a particular runner in that race? What are your thoughts on that?
Staying focused down the lane. I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, we have to get a good trip. You always have to get a good trip in a race like that. That's solid of a race. But it's just staying focused. Florent just kind of maybe giving her a target and, maybe not pushing the button too early. I think that's the biggest thing. I think if we get a good setup and she's got a target and everything, the timing goes right, I think she's going to be tough to beat.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us here this morning. I know you've got a busy morning, so we'll let you go catch your breath.
Thanks, Gabby.